Hey guys, how's it going? Laura with Garden Answer. In today's video, I want to show you how to thin seedlings and how to fertilize them. So this is a follow-up video to one we posted 2 weeks ago where I planted up these fall crops. Most of them have come up really nicely. I've got some Sugar Daddy snap peas in this container. I've got some Chantenay carrots called Short Stuff here, and then a gourmet beet blend in that tub. And then in this container, I started cilantro, which you can see did not come up super well. So I've since reseeded just by adding a few little seeds here and there where I didn't have seedlings already up. So hopefully in the next few days, I'll see some new sprouts come up and we'll have a full crop of cilantro. That happens sometimes, it's no big deal. You can always go in and reseed a little bit more. And then you can see right here, I talked about in that video how there are some fall crops like broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage that don't germinate super well if it's still really warm outside. So it's best to start those somewhere else, like indoors where it's air conditioned. They'll germinate a lot better, and then you can go ahead and replant them outside once it cools off a little bit. I'm not going to be planting them out today because we still have some pretty hot temperatures coming, but I just wanted to show you the progress to, so you could see how they're doing. So thinning seedlings is really easy. All you need is something to cut with. I'm using a pair of snips today. You can use scissors, pruners, whatever you've got. I explained in the last video that I like to plant more than one seed per hole, and that way it increases your odds that you end up with a really nice crop that comes up like this. But you can't leave them all in there. You want to make sure that in the end, each individual plant has enough room both for root development and for plant development. You want to make sure there's enough room around each plant that they're all getting ample sunlight and ample airflow so that it keeps them all healthy. This is a perfect example. Right up here you can see that I planted 3 seeds. There's 3 individual plants that came up. So what I do is I just size up which one looks the biggest and healthiest, and then I'm going to cut the other 2 off right at soil level, just like this. So I end up with 1 nice healthy plant, the other 2 will stop growing, and then this one will have enough room to grow and be healthy. So I'm just going to continue doing it through this whole pot, and the pot's right up here. Hey bud. So I've got them all thinned. The peas are looking really nice. I also thinned the carrots and the beets, and while I'm on the subject of these containers, there were a lot of questions on our last video about whether or not these galvanized tubs had drainage. I did drill 3 drainage holes in each one of those containers, so they're good to go. All right, so now I want to talk about fertilizing. There's a couple of different ways you can go about it. I'm going to be using a liquid fertilizer called Grow, and then I've got a 2-gallon watering can here. So according to the directions, I need to use 4 to 6 doses in this size of can. I'm going to go on the lower end of that, so I'm going to add 4 doses in just because these are seedlings and I don't want to give them too much to burn them, but I want to give them enough to give them a boost. So I'm just going to add 4 doses to this can, and all you have to do is tip and pour. Don't squeeze, because I squeezed this once and it all comes rushing out. So now I'm going to grab my hose and fill up my watering can. So there's really no science on how much water I'm going to use. I'm just going to make sure to fully saturate all the soil from edge to edge. I do recommend, however, that you have something that will diffuse the water. So most watering cans come with this attachment. It's called a rose, and it diffuses the water so that the stream coming out isn't so hard that it'll make your seedlings lay flat. So I'll be using the liquid fertilizer every 1 to 2 weeks just to keep some good nutrition flowing so that they get big and healthy and grow good vegetables quickly since we're heading into fall. The other method I use is using a granulated fertilizer like Garden Tone. This is an urban vegetable food. You'd probably want to wait until the vegetables are up and growing a little bit more established before you use something like this. So maybe another 3 weeks or so, in which case you can go in with a handful of this fertilizer, sprinkle it around the base of the plant, scratch it in, water it in, and you're good to go. This is more of a once and done. Both great methods of fertilizing. But whatever you use, I would recommend that you go with something organic because they're slower to break down in the soil, they're slower to feed your plants so that your plants have something to feed on longer. If you use synthetics, they tend to break down quicker and they leach out of the soil a lot faster. And I've been using organics in my vegetable garden for years and years and have had really great luck. So that's it for today's video. I hope this was helpful to you, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.